I bet you didn't know that by the time you're 80 years old, your muscle mass has probably already shrunk by half from when you were younger. Sarcopenia is a terrible disease that steals the independence of millions of people around the world. It affects more than 50 million seniors. Falls caused by weak muscles send more than 300,000 elderly people to the hospital each year. Here, we reach the shocking portion. The Journal of Physiology reports on research that disproves the idea that such severe muscle atrophy is unavoidable. Some individuals in their 70s have the strength, function, and even appearance of someone decades younger, whereas the majority of their age group struggles with basic tasks like getting out of a chair or climbing stairs. These individuals are able to maintain full independence far into their 90s, often surpassing others half their age in strength tests. They continue climbing mountains, playing sports, and living vibrant, active lives. If you enjoy educational health videos like this one, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, Young at 70. What is their secret? Well, 93% of seniors have no idea what habits can significantly delay or even reverse age-related muscle loss. But researchers at the Mayo Clinic have discovered them. Most doctors never tell their elderly patients about the most important habit that can help them regain lost muscle mass well into their 70s and 80s. According to researchers at Harvard Medical School, what science has proven to be crucial for preserving strength as we age is often contradicted by many doctors' recommendations. Keep reading, because the first habit is likely something you're doing incorrectly every day. This common mistake is speeding up the process of muscle atrophy by activating genes that normally would stay dormant. Fixing this one behavior could mean the difference between enjoying your golden years independently or needing help from others. Before we dive in, please like this video and subscribe to Young at 70 for more health content. Also, tell us in the comments where you're watching from. All right, let's jump right in. The seventh habit is hormetic stress. One of the most surprising things that exceptionally strong seniors do is intentionally expose themselves to certain types of mild stress, known as hormetic stressors. Hormesis is a biological phenomenon where a small dose of something harmful actually has beneficial effects. In short, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, especially when it comes to muscles. According to studies from the Buck Institute for Research on Aging, short exposures to specific stresses can activate your body's natural defense systems. These defenses help preserve and even enhance muscle strength and growth well into your 80s. One major hormetic stressor that superagers use is temperature variation. Short-term cold exposure, like ending your showers with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water or taking brief cold plunges, triggers important biological reactions. It activates brown fat, boosts mitochondrial biogenesis, and stimulates the production of adiponectin, a hormone that protects muscle tissue from breakdown. On the flip side, heat exposure through saunas or hot tubs has a similar hormetic effect. It activates heat shock proteins that protect and repair muscle cells. In fact, a Finnish study found that individuals who used saunas 4 to 7 times a week over 10 years had 40% less muscle loss compared to non-sauna users. The second hormetic stressor is intermittent fasting, or eating within a strict time window. Rather than promoting weight loss, this strategy enhances muscle health. Superagers often restrict their eating to an 8 to 10 hour window each day. Research from the Salk Institute shows that intermittent fasting can improve mitochondrial activity in muscles by up to 10% within just 12 weeks. It also stimulates autophagy, a crucial cellular cleansing process that removes damaged parts of cells, including muscle cells, allowing for renewal and strength. The third hormetic stressor is brief but intense muscle contractions. Superagers practice overcoming isometrics, exercises where they push or pull against immovable objects with maximum effort for 5 to 10 seconds. These intense but short contractions communicate a strong stay-alive signal to muscle cells, encouraging them to stay large and active without putting too much strain on aging joints. The secret to hormetic stress is its sporadic nature. It must be intense but short-lived and followed by plenty of recovery. When administered properly, these controlled stresses activate longevity genes like FOXO and sirtuins, which are crucial for maintaining muscle mass into old age. If you decide to start introducing hormetic stress into your life, remember to ease in gently. Don't overwhelm your system all at once. Mild, helpful stress is your goal, not full-on exhaustion. The sixth habit is a strategy for protein timing. While most seniors know that getting enough protein is important, studies show that when you eat your protein matters even more as you get older. Scientists refer to the gradual decline in your body's ability to build muscle from protein as anabolic resistance. According to research published in the Journal of Nutrition, seniors shouldn't consume all their daily protein in a single meal, like at dinner. Instead, they should spread it evenly throughout the day. Why? Because your muscles have a window of opportunity for protein synthesis roughly 3 to 4 hours after each meal. Most older adults make the mistake of eating a carbohydrate-heavy breakfast, like cereal or toast, and saving all their protein for dinner. This leaves muscles starving for protein most of the day, reducing the potential for muscle building and repair. Here's the better approach. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. For example, breakfast. Swap out cereal for eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie. Lunch and dinner. Include lean meats, fish, dairy, or plant-based proteins like lentils and beans. By using this technique of evenly distributing protein intake, seniors can boost muscle protein synthesis by up to 25% compared to eating the same total amount of protein all at once. In fact, a 12-week study conducted by the University of Texas found that participants who followed this pattern gained an average of 1.2 pounds of muscle without making any other lifestyle changes. So remember, if you want your muscles to get stronger, or at least avoid wasting away, it's not just about how much protein you eat, it's about when you eat it too. The fifth habit is optimization of vitamin D levels. Did you know that over 80% of the elderly population is deficient in what scientists call the muscle vitamin D? Vitamin D deficiency is a hidden killer of strength among seniors. You might think vitamin D is only important for bone health, but it's equally critical for maintaining muscle mass. Researchers at Harvard University discovered that vitamin D activates genes involved in building and synthesizing muscle. Our muscle cells contain vitamin D receptors, and when these receptors are triggered, they initiate processes necessary for muscle growth and maintenance. In a groundbreaking study published in JAMA Internal Medicine, elderly individuals with optimal vitamin D levels were found to have 25% greater muscle strength than those with inadequate levels. They also had better reaction time, coordination, and balance, all of which are crucial for preventing dangerous falls. Here's the key. Vitamin D deficiency is defined as having blood levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter. NGML. Super-agers who maintain youthful strength often have vitamin D levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter. What's the best way to achieve this? Although sun exposure is helpful, it becomes less effective with age. After the age of 65, the skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight drops by about 50% compared to when you were 20 years old. That's why supplementation becomes necessary for most seniors. The commonly recommended daily dose of 600 IU is far too low for most elderly individuals. According to research, the majority of seniors need around 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D per day to achieve and maintain healthy levels. You can also support your vitamin D intake by eating foods rich in it, such as fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, egg yolks, fortified dairy products. But there is an important caution. High-dose vitamin D supplementation can cause calcium to build up in your arteries if you don't have enough vitamin K2 in your system. Vitamin K2, found in fermented foods and certain animal products, helps direct calcium into your bones where it belongs instead of letting it clog your arteries. This vitamin D and K2 interaction is often overlooked but could be the deciding factor in your success. The bottom line: talk to your doctor about a vitamin D blood test. If your levels are below 40 nanograms per milliliter, it's time to take action to protect your muscle strength, your balance, and your independence. The fourth principle is managing inflammation every day. What do the strongest elderly people have in common? Interestingly, they tend to have very low levels of inflammation. Researchers have concluded that inflammaging, chronic low-grade inflammation that develops with age, is a major factor in muscle loss. This kind of silent inflammation breaks down muscle protein faster than the body can replace it. Even worse, it blocks the anabolic signals that normally stimulate muscle growth when you exercise and eat protein. That means you could be doing everything right, eating well, exercising, but still losing muscle if inflammation is high. In fact, according to a key study from Tufts University, seniors with the highest inflammatory markers lost muscle 3 times faster than those with the lowest levels. How do superagers manage their inflammation? They follow a few key daily habits. Prioritize sleep quality. Superagers go to bed at the same time every night and sleep in a completely dark room. Losing sleep can increase inflammatory cytokines by up to 40%, speeding up muscle loss. Support gut health. Changes in gut bacteria with age directly fuel systemic inflammation. Superagers consume a wide variety of plant foods, 30+ types per week, and fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut. This restores healthy gut flora and reduces inflammation. Control workout intensity. While movement is crucial, intense workouts can worsen inflammation if overdone. Superagers stick mostly to moderate-intensity exercise daily, with brief high-intensity bursts only once or twice a week. Consume anti-inflammatory nutrients. Key players include omega-3 fatty acids, 2 to 3 grams per day from fatty fish or supplements. Curcumin, found in turmeric. Polyphenol-rich foods like berries, green tea, and extra virgin olive oil. New research from the University of California even shows that age-related changes in gut bacteria can raise inflammatory markers by 29% in just 12 weeks if not addressed. A simple blood test measuring high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP, can track your inflammation levels. While the average senior has HSCRP levels 3 to 5 times higher than healthy young adults, superagers typically keep theirs below 1.0 milligrams per liter. Managing inflammation is one of the most powerful yet underrated ways to preserve muscle and maintain independence into your 80s and beyond. The third principle is taking specific vitamins and minerals every day. While most dietary advice focuses on macronutrients, like protein, carbohydrates, and fats, superagers who maintain impressive muscle strength pay special attention to key micronutrients that support muscle function and protein synthesis. Without these essential nutrients, no amount of exercise or protein intake will stop muscle loss. First up, magnesium. Researchers at the University of Vermont call magnesium the forgotten electrolyte for muscle health. It plays a role in over 300 enzymatic reactions, including muscle contraction and relaxation. Shockingly, more than 70% of seniors are deficient. In a 2021 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors with adequate magnesium levels had 30% stronger grip strength, higher physical performance scores compared to those who were even slightly deficient. Superagers boost their magnesium levels by taking highly bioavailable magnesium supplements like glycinate or threonate forms, eating magnesium-rich foods daily, such as dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate. Next, creatine. Often thought of as a bodybuilder's supplement, creatine is also incredibly beneficial for older adults. A study from McMaster University found that creatine supplementation, when combined with strength training, significantly improved muscle mass strength, cognitive function in seniors compared to strength training alone. The typical recommendation? 3 to 5 grams daily of creatine monohydrate taken consistently. Then there's vitamin B12, specifically the methylated form known as methylcobalamin. As we age, stomach acid production decreases, reducing our ability to absorb B12 from food. Worse still, common medications like proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux and metformin for diabetes deplete B12 levels even further. Vitamin B12 is critical for nerve function, muscle energy production. Superagers often supplement with methylcobalamin rather than the cheaper, less effective cyanocobalamin found in many multivitamins. Lastly, trace minerals like zinc, selenium, and chromium are vital. They enhance protein synthesis, insulin sensitivity, which helps shuttle nutrients into muscle cells. According to a comprehensive study from Tufts University, seniors with optimal trace mineral levels had a 22% better muscle mass retention over 5 years compared to those who were deficient. To find out your unique needs, micronutrient testing can guide targeted supplementation, saving you money and maximizing results without relying on generic multivitamins. These powerful micronutrients act as spark plugs, making sure the engine of muscle health keeps running smoothly, even into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The second habit is preserving your neuromuscular connections. Here's something most seniors don't realize. When you lose muscle with age, it's not just the muscle fibers themselves that deteriorate. The connection between your muscles and your nervous system, called the neuromuscular junction, also weakens. Think of neuromuscular junctions as electrical outlets for your muscles. If these outlets degrade, your muscles can no longer receive strong, clear signals from your brain, no matter how much protein you eat or how often you exercise. New research from the University of Michigan shows that superagers, seniors who maintain exceptional strength, have far healthier neuromuscular connections than their peers. The good news? There are proven ways to preserve or even restore these vital connections. First, practice coordination-based exercises, activities that require specific patterned movements, such as Tai Chi, dancing, tennis, ping pong. These kinds of activities are far better than just walking or lifting weights when it comes to keeping the brain-muscle link strong. A 2020 study found that seniors who engaged in coordination-challenging exercises twice a week preserved their neuromuscular connections 31% better than those who stuck with basic exercise routines. Second, support neuromuscular health with targeted nutrients. Certain compounds protect nerve-muscle connections from oxidative damage. Alpha-lipoic acid, acetyl L-carnitine. Additionally, some forms of vitamin B1, like benfotiamine, and natural compounds like huperzine A from Chinese club moss boost levels of acetylcholine, the main neurotransmitter that signals muscles to contract. Third, activate the vagus nerve with simple breathing exercises. Superagers often practice box breathing, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4 counts, exhaling for 4 counts, and holding for 4 counts again. Just 5 minutes a day of this breathing method can improve neural muscle activation by up to 15%. Finally, stay mentally active. Research from Columbia University revealed that seniors who regularly engaged in challenging cognitive tasks like puzzles, learning new skills, or strategic games preserved muscular function significantly better than those who didn't. Why? Because the brain and muscles share many neural pathways. By keeping your brain sharp, you also protect your muscles. In short, mind, body, and muscle are deeply interconnected, and nurturing one helps preserve the others. The first and most important habit is resistance exercise that builds over time. This is the single most powerful habit that sets exceptionally strong seniors apart from their peers. Experts at Tufts University have even called it the most potent anti-aging medicine ever discovered. Super-agers fight against the biological process of muscle wasting by using targeted resistance training programs, but not in the way most seniors do. Here's the truth. Muscles follow a use-it-or-lose-it rule. But simply maintaining low levels of activity isn't enough. To truly preserve muscle, you must gradually challenge your muscles over time. Doing the same light exercise week after week, like casual walking or light water aerobics, won't cut it after the age of 60. So, how is the Super-Agers method different? First, they focus on intensity, not duration. According to research from McMaster University, seniors who trained with high-intensity resistance exercises, pushing themselves to the point of muscle fatigue, gained more muscle in 2 weeks than others did in 5 weeks of moderate training. The key is reaching transient muscle failure, that point where you can't complete another repetition with good form. This sends a powerful anabolic signal to the body, triggering protein synthesis that can last for up to 72 hours after the workout. Second, they prioritize compound movements. Rather than isolating single muscles with exercises like bicep curls or leg extensions, they focus on movements that engage multiple muscle groups at once, like squats, deadlifts, rows, pushes, pulls. These compound movements stimulate a stronger hormonal response and build total body strength more effectively. Third, they use progressive overload. This means gradually increasing the difficulty of workouts over time, whether by adding a little more weight, doing an extra repetition, or improving form. If you use the same weights month after month, your muscles quickly adapt and stop growing. Super-agers track their workouts carefully and challenge themselves every session. Fourth, they emphasize the eccentric, lowering phase of movements. Lowering the weight slowly during exercises puts greater tension on the muscles without overloading the joints. This technique builds strength safely, especially important for seniors. Best of all, even those who start resistance training later in life can see remarkable results. In a 12-week study from the University of Alabama, seniors who began a progressive resistance training program increased their strength by 35%, gained an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle, improved cognitive function, bone density, and blood glucose control. What's the biggest mistake retirees make? Thinking that resistance exercise is dangerous or unnecessary. In reality, avoiding resistance training increases the risk of frailty, falls, and loss of independence. If you adopt just one habit from this entire video, make it progressive resistance training. Start with the help of a trainer if needed, and gradually work up to the appropriate intensity for your fitness level. Just 2 30-minute sessions a week can transform how you age and how strong, mobile, and independent you remain. Here they are, the 7 research-supported habits that explain how some 80-year-olds maintain incredible muscle strength and vitality. Expose yourself to hormetic stress through cold showers, saunas, intermittent fasting, and intense brief muscle contractions. Time your protein intake properly by spreading it evenly across your meals. Optimize your vitamin D levels, aiming for blood levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter. Manage inflammation daily through sleep, gut health, moderate exercise, and anti-inflammatory foods. Take key vitamins and minerals like magnesium, creatine, B12, and trace minerals to support muscle growth. Preserve your neuromuscular connections with coordination exercises, targeted nutrients, breathing techniques, and cognitive challenges. Engage in progressive resistance training to gradually build strength and protect against muscle loss. If you take away one thing from this video, remember, pick one habit to start today. Even a small step will move you closer to a stronger, more independent future. Investing in your muscle health today will pay off in years of mobility, freedom, and quality of life tomorrow. Now, it's your turn. Are you currently practicing any of these 7 habits? Which one surprised you the most? Is there a senior in your life who has amazing strength for their age? Leave a comment below and tell us your story. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Young at 70 for more inspiring senior health tips. Thank you so much for watching. Stay strong, stay young, and we'll see you in the next video.